Well, the new book is about really the current crisis we face as a civilization and as a society. So it starts with some of the surface phenomena, and then it looks at some of the deeper structural issue, and then it really proposes that the root cause of our current crisis has to do with our outdated paradigms of economic thought that are completely disconnected with the actual realities that we face in society at the beginning of this century. And it really then rethinks the evolution of the economy and the evolution of economic thought as an evolution of consciousness. And it basically looks at society and the economy from a perspective that we are already used to apply to the individual, which is a developmental perspective. That as living beings, we move through developmental stages. And so that perspective you can not only apply to individuals, you can apply it to organizations, but also to societies and the economy as a whole. So that's what the book is doing. It's kind of rethinking these bigger questions from the viewpoint of consciousness. So the core proposition of the book is that the key leadership challenge of our time is a shift from ego to eco, a shift from ecosystem awareness to ecosystem awareness. And that's the number one leadership challenge that we face on all levels of scale. And then it gives a lot of examples around that, some methods and tools for self-work. So basically, the book tries to, when you look at society today, you have like one group of people really excited about social entrepreneurship and awareness and consciousness. And then you have another group of people really leading kind of big institutions and governments and systems. And a third group of people talking about why all of that is wrong, kind of the bigger systems, kind of the crisis of capitalism. What we do is to try to bring these three groups together, because if we only focus on one of these three issues, we'll not be getting anywhere. So the book is trying to create a new space of conversation and of innovation that brings these three aspects together. How can we make that impact? I think we know from systems theory that there are like bifurcation points. So there's like long periods where small changes have no impact. And then kind of when we have these disruptive changes, there are situations where small impact, with small changes from few people can have a huge impact on the system. I think we live in such a time. So how can we make these changes? By bringing together people across sectors, kind of across institutions, connecting around the current opportunities, but also challenges that we face, not only on a cognitive level, but on a level that accesses more kind of the deeper levels of who we really are as human beings, kind of including the open mind, the open heart, and the open will. So what it takes is to really change the conversation. So it shifts. So it's a shift that is not only a personal shift, but also a relational shift, and that then results into something that's an institutional shift, kind of basically opening up from hierarchy and competition to more co-creative ways of collaborating across boundaries. I think this time we live in is the most interesting time ever, really. Kind of no other generation has had the opportunity to really have an impact that is, concerning kind of really the direction of where our economy, where our society, and really where our civilization is moving. Because we know the way we evolve now is not sustainable. It will be hitting the wall. So we have the great opportunity to be proactive and kind of prototype kind of really a new way of living and working together that everyone, kind of many people are longing for, but few people know how to bring about. And that is an amazing opportunity. And I think Denmark and the Nordic countries are one of the most interesting places today around. Why? Because you have a societal evolution that is based on a strong and skilled and grown-up civil society that is partnering kind of with both of the other sectors, government and business, in a way that is not only kind of antagonistic but also co-creative. And that's really what I believe the future is. I will be back in December in order to learn more from you guys, in order to see kind of what has been happening over the course of the year here in Denmark. And at that point, I also hope that a lot more young people will be kind of part of this gathering. We have a wonderful microcosm of society here, including some of the young people, but knowing that kind of really it's the millennial generation who is really the most important stakeholders in shaping and reshaping the future. We need you guys. Kind of show up next time and we will create conditions for that. And then we'll make this work together.